Hello. I'm a little surprised I'm doing this, but I'm sitting here thinking I haven't said Happy New Year to anyone on this channel. And I'm saying Happy New Year to you because I finished yesterday a PowerPoint meeting, and I offer this every Tuesday. A group come together under the title segment of PowerPoints, points of interest as they relate to lifestyle as medicine. And we talked about who, not what, not how, but who we want to be this year. This is 2024. It's going to be a great year. Who do we want to be this year? Not what are we going to buy? What are we going to do? Who are we going to connect with, as specifically as who are we going to be? And why am I dressed like this? That's part of it. I'm in bed. My cats are snuggled up at my feet, and I caught a cold out of nowhere. I thought I didn't catch colds. I caught COVID last June, but haven't caught anything since then. I've tested twice because I thought this has to be COVID. It's no fun. But apparently, colds are no fun. Mild temperature, fever. I feel like a train's run over me, but I want to talk to you. So here we are. What is my point today? We have a year. I have a year. And I'm going to look at this year. This is 3 years since this book came out. And this book came out just before I turned 70. Well, I'm a week away from turning 73. And this book was about getting it out there, the past, looking at where one can come from to where one wants to go. And this was everything about living a life of determination and meaning toward health in the long run. The healthier we are, the longer that run is. And this is based on this word powerfully, 10 acronyms. It's an acronym, 10 words that have everything to do with modalities of lifestyle. Well, talk about that as I sit here with Kleenex right next to me. But looking at this year, who do we want to be? I've decided what I would share is that 3 years after my book came out, it's still selling well every day. And I have focused most of my time and attention on connecting with people with social media or anywhere I went, as well as my practice as a health and lifestyle coach with a lifestyle medical practice, Dr. Wayne Deisinger's Lifestyle Medical in Riverside, California, and Redlands, California. And deciding what I want this year to take me to who is the person I want to be. I want to be a person that's not as afraid of IT, and that is those things that I still can't do online that I want to learn to do. I want to be a person that has as few things as I can to be comfortable, but not have things that I've had for years that I no longer need. And that takes some bravery to look at some things and decide what are you finally going to do with them. My husband, late husband, to whom I was married 40 years, passed away 13 years ago. And he had written 3 books. Well, the last book never got published because he wasn't well enough. He died of esophageal cancer and was on morphine for his last 7 months, and couldn't think clearly enough to edit the book. We had somebody else do it, but then the publisher said we have to go back to the 120 people he had interviewed for this book and get authorizations to actually print it. By then he was gone when I heard that, and I didn't even know where to start. So I've got to do something with those things. I also want to look at how I can better advance the message of health and longevity through lifestyle as medicine, through the precepts of the College of Lifestyle Medicine, which includes now what I've lived for 5 years, which is a whole food, plant-based, for me, plant-exclusive diet, but also be inclusive enough to say, just eat more plants. Just eat more plant food because every time you do, your cells sing. You sing at a cellular level. So when I was looking at my book, because you might say, well, that's purpose, Nan. Well, I looked in my purpose chapter. It's more than purpose. It's different than that. I wrote, where we put our attention is where we tend to end up. So I thought, what better way to put my attention into something using a calendar? Now, I'm really dating myself. Only a 73-year-old would pick up a calendar than putting things on the phone or on the computer. Well, here I am. I'm going to look every month this year at who I want to be by the end of that month as experienced by things that I do and decisions that I make. For example, I've had several successful businesses, and I have a very large closet in my office that has a lot of materials from those years that I don't need anymore. So on one of these months, I'm going to have the goal of cleaning all of that out. It's been years. I've been a whole food plant-based health coach for 5 years. Do you think it's time? Think of your life. Think of the ease with which you could move forward to become the person you want to be, the person that does these things, the person that feels this way, the person that experiences life in this way. Think of what there is in your own life that you could simplify down to a period in a of weeks in a month or months this year that can take you toward that place. Sorry, I'm bouncing, but you're in bed with me. And and walk through 2024 closer to that person that you can look at and say, look at that. I wanted to be this person in 2024. Look what I've done with that. I've reached it. I've exceeded it. I haven't quite gotten there. Let me see why. Maybe it didn't matter that much to me. And that's all I have to say. I'll stop bouncing you around now and go get more fluids. They say fluids are good. Ah, and blow my nose. Thank you for being with me on my PowerPoints. This would be what, number 27? I hadn't intended to do it this week because I won't be doing them every week. But if you like what you heard, remember that thumbs up and the subscribing part, because the more of that we have, the more people we can reach and make a difference to. And thank you for being with me today. Have a great day, because I know I'm going to. Bye-bye.